If you're a single mom and you're thinking about jumping back into the dating scene, hold on. This is not going to be the usual go find yourself a man talk, because today we're going to talk about why single moms should never date without a clear strategy. This is a topic we don't talk about enough, and as we know, mainstream dating tips often ignore the real challenges that moms experience. If you ever felt like dating as a single mom is complicated, you are not alone. We're gonna walk you through why you absolutely need a plan. Let's jump in.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Read It Right. We are Ellen Fab and we help you navigate modern dating with practical tips and a little bit of tough love. Kids notice everything, and I'm gonna say it again. Kids notice everything. Even when you think they don't. They see who makes you laugh, who makes you cry, and who disappears without explanation. If you keep bringing different people around, your kids start believing relationships don't last, or worse, that people can easily be replaced. They might even wonder if they are replaceable too. And here is some things we rarely admit to ourselves as parents. We teach our kids more through our action and mistakes rather than our advice. If your child sees you treated badly or watches you chase after someone who doesn't respect you, they are quietly learning that is what love looks like. They start thinking it is normal to feel uncertain or insecure in a relationship. They may even accept poor treatment themselves when they grow up, thinking that is just how love works. Your kids deserve to see you choose carefully and demand respect. They deserve to watch you be treated well, loved openly, and respected deeply. It may feel like pressure and like it's unattainable, but it is also an opportunity for you to learn that the wait is absolutely worth it. You get to model the belief that you and they are worthy of stable, caring relationships. It is so important because when kids see healthy love at home, that is what they will grow up expect for themselves.
So one day you're feeling super excited, you're over the moon, and you're convinced you finally found your person. And then the next day, you're struggling to get out of bed because your heart hurts from disappointment. And we've all been there. However, your kids are awake at dawn and they need breakfast and attention. They're sensing the tension in your eyes, but they don't really understand why you're so sad. They just know that you're not all there. And that confusion can plant tiny seeds of insecurity in them. So of course, you start to feel guilty and you question if you're prioritizing your own desire for connection over your children's emotional stability. Your friends are gonna encourage you to just live your life. But honestly, it's really not that simple when you're a mom because there is a lot at stake. You're juggling sleepless nights, career demands, and the weight of being both provider and nurturer. So when heartbreak hits, it doesn't just stay with you behind closed doors. It literally leaks into every part of your day, from breakfast in the morning to homework in the evening. But you're a woman after all, right? And you have needs and you have wants for yourself. You might feel like you need adult companionship to stay sane, but you also worry that every heartbreak chips away at your kid's sense of security. It's a really tough dance, and your children see more than you realize, and each emotional disruption is felt in the entire household. But when you have a clear plan on what you want, how you want to date, and who you want to date, it gives you space to breathe. Instead of bouncing between wild highs and low lows, you're able to stay grounded, and then you can truly and actually be there for your kids. And speaking of dating with a plan, if you're still wondering whether you're truly prepared to bring a new relationship into your life, we have our relationship readiness quiz in the link below. Take it and figure out if you're really ready to open up to this level of connection. Because nothing is worse than finding that perfect person and realizing you're not in a place to let them in, especially when you have little ones to worry about. Once you complete it, you're gonna gain access to specialized tools and resources tailored to your specific result.
Spontaneity can feel exciting at first until you realize you let the wrong person get too close too soon. When you have kids, every new person you bring into their lives matters. Maybe you've met someone who showers you with compliments, gifts, and constant attention right from the start. And they keep texting you non-stop, calling you the one, or acting overly eager to meet your family. At first, it feels flattering and even magical. But most of the time, that overwhelming charm is actually a red flag called love bonding, designed to lure your guard quickly. People don't always show their true colors at first. Sometimes the friendliest smile hides the biggest danger. You could have felt a weird feeling in your stomach when they say something's questionable or ask too many questions about you. Maybe your gut whisper warning that you ignore because you don't want to seem rude or difficult. But listen to me. Being polite isn't worth risking your children's safety. Your kids relied on you to protect their safety, not just physically, but emotionally too. It is okay to slow things down, check a person's history, and ask hard questions. It is okay to wait weeks, even months, before introducing someone to your family. When a man really cares and respects you, he will be patient and understanding. Your home is your sanctuary, your safe place, and you don't hold access to just anyone who asks for it. Society expects women, especially mothers, to be kind and accepting. Forget that, because protecting your kid and yourself means you have every right to be curious, assertive, and say no loudly, clearly, and often. You are the gatekeeper, and only you decide who walks through that door.
Dating as a single mom doesn't just cost money, it costs your sanity too. You're already spending your paycheck on babysitters and new outfits just to step outside for a date for a couple of hours. And after you've handled school runs, the grocery shopping, and doctor's visits, you barely have enough brain space left for yourself, let alone someone new. I know, sometimes you feel hopeless and that there are no good men out there. So you think you should just keep the one you found, or you think this is the best a man can do and make excuses for his shortcomings because you no longer believe that there is something better out there. You keep settling for someone who gives you the bare minimum because deep down, you just want to feel seen or even just less alone. You find yourself falling for the same charming personality that always ends up creating more work than relief. And it's a really uncomfortable thing to admit, but sometimes you mistake your craving for support or connection as a real compatibility, which can leave you trapped in cycles of disappointment and burnout. Studies actually show almost 2/3 of single moms struggle with emotional burnout. Yet hardly anybody talks about how dating carelessly can make it even worse. What you truly need is someone who eases your burden rather than adds to it. Someone who notices that you're exhausted and offers to help without needing constant reminders. And these men are absolutely out there. You just have to be intentional in your choices. So when you get intentional, you take your power back. Also stop letting just anybody into your space. And instead, you start protecting your energy. You start carefully choosing a partner who doesn't drain your battery but charges it. Because at the end of the day, you do deserve real help and someone who actually makes life easier and more enjoyable.
Time is the most precious resource you have as a single mom. When you date without plan, you are wasting a few free hours that could be poured into your kids or yourself. Dates usually start off as a harmless coffee or dinner, but before you know it, you have dedicated your entire weekend to chasing a maybe connection which ends up nowhere. But let's dig a little bit deeper. As a single mom, your life is more than just busy. You are the CEO, the COO, and the CFO of your home, managing finances, carrying your kids' emotional needs, staying on top of their schedules, and juggling your own career. That is already a lot of hard to wear. If dating becomes another thing to add to your list, it will quickly drain you of the energy you need to keep your household going. On top of that, we live in a world that glamorizes hustle, telling you to do it all 24/7. You are a superwoman. But it is critical to recognize that this excessive hustle culture isn't healthy for everyone, especially for mothers. If you come from a background where community and collective support are valued, you may see how this keep trying, keep dating mentality leaves single moms juggling even more responsibilities. Without a strategy, you are left to deal with the emotional roller coaster of each new connection, plus all your existing obligations. So imagine all you could do with the hours you spent on dating people who aren't even worth it. You could make more time for self-care, have more quality moments with your children, or invest in personal growth. This matters because when you have a lot of going on, every additional demand, like scheduling a date with someone who may or may not be serious, eats away at your capacity to fully show up for yourself and your kids. And yes, it is still okay to want love and companionship, but having a roadmap ensures you are intentional about who earns your time. Instead of scattering your energy on random dates, you focus on people who match your core value and are genuinely looking to build something real. In the end, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you are strategic about your dating life, you are honoring your own well-being and creating an healthier environment for your children.
So, to quickly recap, we've talked about the lost time, the emotional roller coaster, ignoring the red flags, confusing your kids, and wasting time and money, which none of it is good. And they're all critical reasons why dating intentionally matters so much to a single mom. When you have a clear strategy, you protect your heart, you preserve your energy, and you create a healthier, happier home for your kids. If you're ready to start creating your own dating plan, but you aren't sure where to begin, our relationship readiness quiz is a great first step. It's quick, it's insightful, and it helps you understand exactly where you stand. Plus, you get specialized tools based on your responses. Check out the quiz in the description below. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our future episodes.
We will see you in the next video.